Okay, real quick. I want you to think about last Sunday night. You're lying in bed, your phone's in your hand, and instead of sleeping, you're scrolling through your bank account, trying to figure out where all your money went. You got paid, you paid your bills, you maybe bought a few things, and somehow, there's almost nothing left. And the worst part? You've been doing this for months, maybe years, and every single week, it's the same thing. The money comes in, and the money goes out, and you're left wondering, am I ever actually going to get ahead? If that sounds familiar, stick around. Because today, I'm going to show you the one weekly habit that literally changes everything. And no, it's not stop buying coffee. It's something most people have never even heard of. My name is Jack, and I spend way too much time thinking about the psychology of money. If you're someone who works hard every month but still feels like you're running on a financial treadmill, never actually moving forward, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Here's the thing most people get wrong about building wealth. They think it's about income. They think, if I just made more money, everything would be fine. And look, I get it. That feels logical. More money in equals more money saved, right? Except, that's not what the data shows. Here's what most people don't realize. A 2023 study by the National Endowment for Financial Education found that nearly 70% of lottery winners end up broke within 5 years. These are people who received windfalls of hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars. Gone. In 5 years. Let that sink in for a second. And it's not just lottery winners. According to the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances, the median American household earning $75,000 a year has less than $8,000 in liquid savings. That's less than 2 months of expenses for most families. So if income isn't the answer, what is? It's rhythm. It's a specific weekly rhythm with your money. And once you install it, everything changes. I call it the weekly money date. And before you roll your eyes at the name, hear me out, because the math behind this is actually kind of wild. Here's what it is. Once a week, same day, same time, you sit down for 20 to 30 minutes and you do 5 specific things with your money. That's it. That's the whole habit. Now, you might be thinking, Jack, I already checked my bank account. What's the difference? The difference is massive. Checking your bank account is passive. It's like glancing at a scoreboard without understanding the game. The weekly money date is active. You're directing your money, not just watching it disappear. Let me give you a real example. Let's say you earn $4,000 a month after tax. That's $1,000 a week, roughly. Most people's relationship with that money is totally reactive. They spend when they need to, save whatever's left, which is usually nothing, and stress when things feel tight. Now imagine instead that every Sunday evening you spend 25 minutes reviewing exactly what came in, what went out, what's on the horizon, and what you're intentionally moving toward your goals. You're not restricting yourself, you're directing yourself. This is where it gets really interesting. A study published in the Journal of Consumer Research found that people who regularly review and plan their finances save, on average, 18% more than those who don't. Even when income levels are identical. 18%. On the same salary. On $4,000 a month, that's $720 extra saved per month. $8,640 a year, just from attention. So let's get practical. Here are the 5 things you do during your weekly money date. Step 1. The weekly snapshot. Open every account, checking, savings, any investment accounts, and write down your total balance. Don't judge it, don't stress, just see the number. This sounds almost too simple, but here's the psychology. What you measure, you manage. Most people have a vague, anxious sense of their finances. Vague anxiety leads to avoidance. Avoidance makes everything worse. Clarity, even uncomfortable clarity, breaks that cycle. Step 2. The spending autopsy. Look at everything you spent in the past 7 days. Categorize it: needs, wants, waste. Not to punish yourself, to understand your patterns. Here's a phrase I want you to write down. Every purchase is a vote for the life you're choosing. Most people have never actually seen all their micro-decisions lined up in a row. When you do, you naturally start making different ones. Step 3. The forward scan. Look ahead at the next 7 to 14 days. What bills are coming? Any subscriptions renewing? Any events, birthdays, trips, dinners that require money? Write them down. Most financial stress doesn't come from emergencies. It comes from predictable expenses that feel like emergencies because we didn't look ahead. A $200 car insurance payment isn't a crisis, unless you forgot it was coming. Transfer something to savings, to a debt paydown, to an investment account. Before the week starts, not after it ends. This is the most powerful step. Studies on behavioral economics, particularly work from Richard Thaler, who literally won the Nobel Prize for this stuff, show that money left in a general account gets spent. Money moved to a designated account gets kept. The act of physically moving it makes it mentally off-limits. This is where the 18% savings increase actually comes from. It's not willpower, it's architecture. Step 5. The one win. End every weekly money date by identifying one financial win from the past week, no matter how small. You cooked at home 3 times. You skipped an impulse purchase. You finally set up that automatic savings transfer. This isn't fluffy positivity. This is neuroscience. Your brain releases dopamine when it registers progress. When you consciously name a win, you reinforce the behavior loop that makes you more likely to do it again next week. You're literally rewiring your relationship with money. Now here's where I want you to zoom out with me. Because what we're really talking about is compounding. Not just compound interest, compound behavior. Let's say that weekly money date habit leads to just $200 extra saved per month. That's conservative. Most people save 2 to 3 times that once they have clarity. But let's use $200. At a 10% average annual return, the historic average of the S&P 500 over the last 50 years, $200 a month over 30 years becomes $452,000. Almost $500,000 from one weekly habit. But here's what most people don't realize. The habit doesn't just produce savings, it changes your whole relationship with money. After a few months of weekly money dates, people start earning more because they negotiate better. They spend less because they're intentional. They invest earlier because they're less afraid. The habit is a keystone habit. It unlocks everything else. Psychologist Charles Duhigg calls these keystone habits, habits that create a cascade of other positive behaviors. The weekly money date is arguably the most powerful keystone habit in personal finance. Now, you might be thinking, Jack, I've tried to budget before, and I always quit. I hear you. But here's the difference. This isn't a budget. Budgets feel like diets, restrictive, joyless, temporary. The weekly money date is a ritual. It's 20 minutes of intentional attention. You're not restricting your spending, you're understanding it. That distinction matters more than people realize. And if you're thinking, I don't have enough money to make this worth it, that's actually exactly why you need it most. The people who feel like they have nothing to manage are the ones who need financial visibility the most. The habit builds the money, not the other way around. Here's my challenge to you. Pick a day this week. Sunday works well for most people, and block 25 minutes on your calendar. Call it your weekly money date. Do the 5 steps I just walked you through. Just once. See how it feels. I promise you, the clarity alone will be worth it. The difference between people who are financially free and people who aren't usually isn't income. It's not luck. It's not even intelligence. It's a weekly habit of paying attention. That's it. That's the whole secret. The money you already earn is enough to change your life if you direct it with intention. And 25 minutes a week is all it takes to start. If this video helped you, drop a comment below telling me what day you're going to schedule your first weekly money date. I read every single comment, and if you know someone who's stuck in that paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, share this with them. It might be exactly what they need to hear. Hit the subscribe button. New videos every week. I'll see you in the next one.